Welcome to Off the Console, the hottest podcast that's all about gaming, tech news, and anything nerdy. This week, we're covering the biggest news, including Valve's getting sued again. It wouldn't be another year without them getting sued. We also have the Steam Next Fest, and of course, other AI issues related to that, and Steam Deck stuff that we'll be talking about. We have plenty of news stacked this week. We also have an amazing bonus level episode where you can find us in that Patreon and go there and support us and listen to some of the spicier things. Like if you miss maybe a little bit more of the political side, because the kind of politics is involved with a lot of gaming and tech right now, you can find our episodes over there, and we have a ton over there. So you'd have, if you feel like you need more of us, you can go over there and find us.
Yeah, and I will say that today's episode, today's bonus level episode, was particularly spicy. So
it was super juicy.
Yeah, yeah.
It was. I don't know about juicy. That sounds disgusting. But
juicy sounds enticing.
Yeah,
it just makes me think of juicy fruit, which is enticing. I do like juicy fruit.
Juicy fruit, love it.
Oh man,
yeah, that's good stuff. So with me is High Tech and Gardner. How you guys doing?
Great, man.
Doing
How are
fine.
you? With that, Gardner, how have you been doing this past week? If anything you've been playing or any projects you're working on?
Yeah, so I've been busy as all get out. I've been working on a collaboration article with Dash, one of the writers on the Bryant Review, and this is going to release, I believe, on Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's a review / retrospective of Star Fox 2, which the unreleased Star Fox game for the Super Nintendo. It's awesome. It's perhaps the best article we've ever put up on the site. So I've been playing a little bit of Star Fox 2. Also, I have I've been playing some Steam Next Fest games, and I don't want to spoil it, so you can go over and watch High Tech's video that we all contributed to. It's a good time.
Oh yeah, that was a bit of a doozy this week. It's been kind of crazy.
That video was 28 minutes long, right, High Tech?
Quite so, yes. Lots of demos being talked about from not just us three, but other content creators I recruited as well. There was I recruited quite a few more content creators, but unfortunately some of them didn't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
I will spoil it. I did ask Bill from Nerd Nest if he wanted to join. He could not find the time to do it, though, sadly.
Yeah, I'm surprised I was able to find the time. I've been super busy this week, but I did get it to you.
Yes, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys doing it. I was a little concerned that I'd have to cut some people, but we persevered. We managed to push through. And the shout outs to the Fox, shout outs to Fan the Deck, shout outs to Retro Game Core, shout outs to Deck Ready for joining us all.
Absolutely. All Off the Console guest alumni.
And they're also all just stellar people to work with too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
I agree
Russ
with
is Russ is starting his own podcast with PC World.
Oh.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
That's cool.
That'll be neat.
It's about handhelds.
Yeah.
I mean, would it be about anything else? So
other handhelds.
So Garner, what have you been up to? Wait, did I ask you that already?
High Tech, sorry.
High Tech.
So I've been working on that video that you mentioned. Been playing a lot of Next Fest demos. There's a lot of demos out there, and we'll talk about my experience with scouring the internet for these demos, because there's a lot, and I really do mean a lot of demos, more than there's ever been. And every year there's just more and more demos, and more developers are jumping on board too. Like Capcom jumped on board this year for Pragmata, and Bungie jumped on this year for their little marathon beta test, which released a little later, which is interesting too. I don't know. There's a lot going on this Next Fest, and it's time we should probably talk about it at some point. Yeah. But I think, but I'm more curious as to what James has been doing this week besides participating in the video.
Yeah, I got the video done. Played a couple of really good games from Next Fest. Actually, I think there were some of my favorite games played from a Next Fest. You can watch High Tech's video on that. Then I been working on a platform system that I can self-host more easily that kind of replaces like some of my other easy to build apps like Firebase. If you know development at all, like Firebase, Superbase, stuff like that, like I like to ramp up little projects and just see how they do and have fun with it, but I get tired of the cost, and so I've built my own system to self-host eventually, and it's going to have some redundancy, so I can self-host it both on like at home, which I plan on doing, and also from 1 or 2 locations just for redundancy's sake, but having fun with that.
Nice.
Sorry, what was that?
I said nice.
Nice. Yes, it is nice.
Speaking
it's
of
fun,
nice,
but yes.
Speaking of nice, it's episode 69.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
So cringe. But I've been playing. I started just playing yesterday because it just came out. Technically, it was a midnight release, but technically yesterday was Resident Evil 9, and I have been loving it. I have like 3 hours into it. I need to put more time into it, but I'm really liking it. It's definitely, it feels like a combination of Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil like 7 or 8. Like it allows you to change your perspective too a lot, which I actually kind of want games to do this more, where I can choose to be first person or third person. And they tell you to be third person or first person based on the character you're playing to add more atmosphere. Like if you're playing as Leon, if you ever played Resident Evil, like Leon is one of the main characters in the series. You finally get to play as Leon again, which love me some Leon. It's third person. It's more action oriented.
Leon's cool.
Yeah, we're getting back into like right now the beginning part, like 2 parts are like hotel and like almost a mansion like thing. So it's feeling very Resident Evil, and they do a very good job of knowing what the Resident Evil fans want while still giving us some new stuff. So, I mean, with some exceptions, like Resident Evil 6 was so action superhero oriented at times, so bizarre that they've at least rolled back and have gone really back into the horror and even some horror action aspects that people like. So loving the game. I definitely think it's going to be, we'll see if it ends up being like a game of the year. I think it's getting really good ratings, but it's one of those safe games to where I prefer games that are like really surprising to be game of the year. Like last year, Expedition 33, which just came out of nowhere, where you're like, oh wow, okay, this is really cool. Resident Evil 9 is, it's a continuation. It's an amazing game. It's going to be a 9 out of 10, maybe even a 10 out of 10 for me, probably. But it's the same kind of stuff. So it's safe. That's kind of my takes on the whole thing. Now, yes.
I was going to say, I'm super curious as to what they're going to do when they make the Resident Evil 6 remake.
We'll see. We don't talk about Resident Evil 6. I really hope that they the remake just tones it down drastically, because you had certain parts where you're just like, I'm a superhero in a Resident. It didn't feel and I think there were some parts that were kind of creepy, but they split it up into 4 sections, so you played as 4 different people. They went a little too far with their what they wanted to build with their they kind of jump the shark in some ways.
All right.
So, with that being said, if you have not done so, make sure to subscribe on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, if you're on some other platform like Apple or Spotify, you can go ahead and follow us there to make sure you don't miss out on any of our good stuff. Also, you can follow us on our RSS feed at podcast.subscribe2.me, and you can also engage with us in the Fediverse, the go-to place nowadays with no age restrictions, at least yet, at Off the Console Show at podcast.subscribe2me. And also, we have a Discord. If you I'll try to be on the Discord more. I'm going to give a little bit of commitment. I'll try to go there. I have a couple of notifications in there, but I'll try to jump in there and chat with you guys more if you want to at me, or I'll see what conversations are going on. It's always fun to see what everyone talks about. So, with that being said, let's get into our first topic, which is new. Man, what is it with we have two of the most progressive, technically, well, I guess more liberal cities or states / cities in the, this is probably a state, but in the country, just doing interesting things. We talked about California in the bonus level. Now, in this, we're talking about New York suing video game developer Valve, says its loot boxes are gambling. What do we think of this, High Tech?
So, on the face of it, I mean, it makes sense. A lot of people have really criticized Valve, honestly and personally speaking, rightfully so, in regards to, CS Counter-Strike loot boxes and Counter-Strike loot box gambling, which, yes, Valve doesn't technically facilitate. Yes, Valve doesn't run these CS2 casinos, but Valve hasn't really taken much action against them aside from making some items worth a little less than they were before, in certain ways. Like, I think that merging system we talked about a while ago. But it's also hard for me to take New York's intentions at face value, because if you read the legal documentation, I don't know if they linked it in this article or not. I should have linked it, but they also mention a lot about how Counter-Strike's a violent video game, and violent video games make people violent in real life. The age-old violent video game argument. So it makes it very hard to really believe New York's actual intent is to somehow protect consumers from Valve.
I mean, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Like, that you can be wrong about that and still be correct about the entire CS:GO economy being based on gambling, right? Like, loot boxes, you buy the key, you unlock the box, you get a random thing out of it, right? Like, that's gambling, right? It's just gambling with more steps. So I would agree that it is gambling. And it used to be that we had laws against online gambling in any shape or form, and now that doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm glad
the amount of gambling that has broken off since 2020, I feel like, is almost the catalyst, is crazy. The amount of streaming ads, the amount of ads you get, especially targeted to youth, that are just destroying them is crazy. This stuff should be illegal.
Agreed.
Yeah, but then my question is, why go after Valve for this when you can go after Polymarket or Kick or Stake on Kick or whatever? If you go on Twitter,
I was going to say, if they don't go after Polymarket and other gambling things, then this is it should be illegal what they're doing, right? But something tells me they will go after Polymarket too, if they haven't already.
Yeah, we'll see how it all goes, and I'm surprised they haven't yet. But I mean, go look at who owns stakes in these companies, though.
Yeah,
some of them are in the administration, from my understanding. So, or at least administration adjacent.
And the thing is, too, it's I think that there is I don't think you should be able to gamble on the internet, period, right? Because it's just there's too much potential for life-destroying consequences from gambling on the web. It's
so easy to just be like, well, I have a feeling I'm going to do this, and then I definitely think there needs to be a lot more regulations on it. I don't know about banning it completely, but at least we could start with regulations.
The thing is, it's too easy to update an app, or to update a website so that they can get around any kind of regulation. That's really the problem that I find anyway. I think gambling is just especially when it's so dangerous, and it's also being included in games, and I think that's one of the big things here, because I think even it's just it was weird to me, and it's still weird to me, that Nintendo was allowed to have gambling mechanics, literal slot machine mechanics, in Super Mario Bros. 2 and 3. in the 90s. Like, even though there's nothing at stake, like it's just that addictive that I don't think it should be allowed.
It's a part of like kind of a cultural thing. So I'm really on the fence sometimes about it, because I'm just like, I don't know. But then again, I've also been like around, I grew up near Vegas. Like I just don't have that like itch in me to gamble much, but and I've been exposed to it a lot. That doesn't mean that other people don't have, they get like, especially addicted people that need to chase dopamine, like they get dopamine from doing all this stuff, and it becomes very addictive.
Yeah.
Life destroying. Definitely, like, I mean, we'd be better off if we just banned it altogether, but I think a good first step would be just to put a little bit more resistance, because I feel like today's world, there's like no resistance. You can get on, and you can, if you haven't watched some of the videos out there on this, you can put like, they'll have, like, if you spend enough money, they'll have liaisons that talk to you and try to convince you to, like, oh, maybe you could get more money this way.
Yeah.
That's happens. That's crazy. And then once you can't pay it back, or you're over leveraged and all this other stuff, they just drop you right away.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm not arguing that gambling altogether should be illegal in all forms, right? Like, I like going to the store and buying, like 4 or 5 Powerballs when the Powerball tickets are, when the Powerball is so super high. That's fun. Yeah. But like, imagine if your phone, you could just push a little button on your phone, and then somehow magically you got to hit a nicotine, right? Like, that's exactly what this is.
Yep. Even with the counter, so like loot boxes are a little different. Like, I like loot boxes to an extent, for a mechanic to where, like, well, okay, if you want to buy the skin, you can buy the skin, or if you want to just keep playing the game a lot and just try to get the skin that way. That's kind of where I feel like my favorite time for loot boxes have been, where it's like, okay, this is kind of fun. It gives me incentive to keep on playing it. I'll unlock the skin. I don't care about the skin, obviously, enough where I'd pay for it. But as long as I don't have to exchange any money, like, I don't mind it that way. The problem
like
is
Overwatch 1 did it right. Yeah. If you guys remember, before
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, before they rebranded and changed everything about Overwatch 1.
League of Legends, even, like, yes, new characters, you have to buy them. You can play a bunch to then, you can either buy them, which pays but that's not a loot box, I guess. That's just I think a mechanic to like, because it's an online game, to keep on getting funds to keep on making the game.
Well, yeah, you're just buying the characters outright, whether it's with the riot points, or with,
they don't even have loot boxes, so that's a mute point. But no, they could just do that stuff like that. But dude, we've talked about Counter-Strike a lot and how big the market and is. It's crazy. Yeah, the bare minimum we can do is ban these markets outside of Counter-Strike.
Well, technically they're not allowed to exist, but Valve hasn't enforced anything somehow.
Well, didn't have a third party enforce it. That's my thing. Like,
the thing is, man, it's like, I can understand people like these mechanics, or whatever. You play a game and you get a key, and then you can use that key to unlock a free loot box or whatever, right? But I think that we're in the situation we're in right now because gambling mechanics, not even like putting money at stake, but gambling mechanics have infected every facet of our lives. And I'm talking like swipe down gestures to refresh your Facebook feed. Like, these companies have hired psychologists to make their products as addictive as possible. And it's like gambling mechanics exist everywhere. And I think that gambling and anything resembling gambling on a computer or a phone should be illegal, period.
Well, I will say this. I don't know if I agree with the notion of, swiping down to refresh like your social media feed being equivalent to gambling, given that, there's a specific algorithm that sorts things in a specific way. Of course, it's a black box, so we don't know what it is for certain, but
it is addictive part is, I wouldn't say that type of refresh mechanic. It would be,
it's not
like
so much
a black pattern, but it's refreshing your feed to get more information Keeps
different
you on the website.
Yes, to keep you like when you refresh your feed on Mastodon, let's say, you're going to only get the latest content from the people you actually explicitly follow, right? But if you go on Facebook and you refresh that feed, the likely, like, it is the uncertainty of what you're going to get next, or Twitter or Blue Sky, right? Like, it doesn't matter. The algorithmic curation plus the actual gesture is what makes it addictive, and that's the problem.
I also think I have a hard time because I don't think that's the only problem. I think people are there too because their life sucks, and so they want to have some dopamine to feel good again. And so, man, it's the algorithms. Like, some algorithm, I don't know. Like, do you like? There's we've talked about this. There's definitely things that we need to fix, but I think at least there's some low-hanging fruit to tackle straight away. Would be,
so
I think, predatory loot boxes or these markets, these online markets that are just cesspools.
So I do want to go back to the actual lawsuit portion of this, because they only just started suing Valve. There's been no result as of yet. So we can talk about. I want to talk about the potential, the possibilities. What would happen if Valve won, or if New York won?
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about what would happen if Valve won.
Maybe I need to understand exactly what's at stakes here. Did I?
I don't think
so. These are like blue boxes inside of Counter-Strike. So if Valve wins, they can continue doing what they want to do. If New York wins, they have to remove the mechanic altogether, and it sets a precedence for future products. So a lot of other companies potentially would have to remove it too.
I mean, yeah, assuming New York does enforce it. I don't know, man.
Why would they sue?
No.
And not
what
enforce
I'm saying,
it.
like, enforce it for like other companies besides.
Well, no, that means that, but class action lawsuits, and so it sets precedence. So other, like, if people want to do class action lawsuit, which lawyers love because they get paid a ton from it, they can go and attack other ones, and they can point to this ruling as precedence. And it happens a lot.
And honestly, the U.S. is a huge market to lose. If they don't comply. It's like the biggest. It's like the biggest video games market to lose. Truth be told, like I think Norway, or like one of those Swedish, like, Norwegian countries or whatever. One of them banned loot boxes altogether, and Valve just simply disabled loot boxes for those countries, or they kind of modified it in a way that is technically not a loot box. Because all right, so I don't know if you've heard of this, but essentially, you know how, like, you open a loot box, you don't know what's inside it? So they made it so that in one of those countries, one of the Scandinavian countries, you see what's inside the loot box. So you can choose to open it then. So technically, it's deterministic, because you already know what's inside that one. Technically. And that's how they got around it.
I mean, that kind of just ruins the whole thing. It's, might as well just remove it at that point. I feel, because, like, if they try to if Valve tries to disable, if they lose, they have to disable all of, like, essentially disable the loot boxes and pretty much destroy the market. That will piss off the Counter-Strike community so much. I don't think we understand, because there's a lot of people that put a lot of money in it, and they like, well, I have this weapon, I might not ever sell it, but it's worth this much. They like that. They can go back and forth on selling. It would almost destroy all of that. And to be fair, like, I don't play Counter-Strike. I don't know. I think they should have a little bit of a say. Maybe they should get refunded. Valve has the money. I don't know how much, but at least get refunded a little bit of the money.
I mean, I don't think Valve is entitled to do any of that, because they're not the ones, like, facilitating this entire.
The keys, like, there's some stuff that costs. I think you can buy keys, can't you?
Yeah, you can buy keys, but keys are like 50 cents a pop.
And also, well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, there could be at least some refunding. Do they make any money off of the internal? Because you can sell
Yeah, so in the
internally in their
marketplace,
market, they
yeah,
make
in the
don't they make
marketplace,
money off that
Valve,
too?
yeah, Valve does make
Yeah.
money, but you don't get real usable money. You just get Steam money to buy like Steam games and stuff, or a
That's
Steam Deck.
still something, but I don't know.
But like, if you want like actual, like real whole cold hard cash in
You have
your
to go-
bank account, you're gonna do a third party.
You have to do a third party, and then that's just I think at the end of the day, they just need to close down third parties.
I mean,
If
that
they really
would
want
be
to.
that would be the
Yeah.
ideal solution. Or Valve could take the nuclear approach and disable trading, making it like every other game out there where you can't trade your knives and stuff. But that would like actually destroy the economy.
That that would be weird. It's one of those ones where I'm like, I don't mind the trading because I think you can even trade and do all this. Like, you've been able to do this in like Team Fortress 2. Like, it's this type of stuff is really fun for a big portion of the community. It's the problem is that all the money injected into it. Like, they need to get rid of all the like real world money. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with treating these like as fungible token kind of thing, like NFT kind of style stuff where it's limited, but it's got to be within, I think, a certain realm of, especially since kids play these types of games too, not addictive behaviors. I don't know.
It's a tough situation.
It's tough and it's not. I think if they gave me the power to do it, I think I could make the decision that would piss off some people, but it would. I don't think it'd be that hard.
Amount of people.
I just shut down. I think I'd just start out. I just shut down third party. Like, I'd be like, no, like, this is not appropriate to have this type of third party around it. Shutting it down. It'd affect Polymarket potentially and open up other lawsuits, but I think that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Polymarket's crazy.
Oh man. Oh
It's
man,
so crazy.
What a banger topic to start talking about, man. Depressing gambling stuff.
Yeah.
You know what's not depressing though? Slay the Spire 2 is around the corner.
This is.
Yes. Slay the Spire 2 is going to have a huge impact, almost as big as Silk Song or, Hades 2. I would say, actually not almost, I'd say it is about as big. But a lot of indie developers seem to be wanting to avoid releasing within the same time frame as Slay the Spire 2. And honestly, it's for the better because I'm gonna be honest, any game that isn't like a major AAA game is gonna get buried under Slay the Spire 2.
Yeah. I like Slay the Spire 1 quite a bit, and I'm really excited for Slay the Spire 2. And it's also built on Godot, isn't it?
I believe it is.
I think we talked about that like a week or two ago.
They did switch to Godot because of Unity's crazy shenanigans.
Yeah.
So,
which is great to see. I love seeing that. Godot deserves all the celebration. It's so great.
They've also donated a bunch to the Godot funding as well. They used a lot of their Slay the Spire 1 proceeds to do that.
You know what? I love that. I wish more companies would be like, especially like if you're using and you make like Slay the Spire 1's not on in Godot, but they're using it for Slay the Spire 2, and they want to be like, they wanted to do well. I that's why I'm like, I'm fine with an engine like Unreal taking 5%. I think that's very reasonable to take 5% of your revenue once you hit past $1 million in revenue. I think that's reasonable. I think it's also reasonable to be like, if you're using Godot and it's open source, to really like, if you're making a lot of money off this or making money, like, you should try to at least donate to make your engine better. Like, that's like, makes sense to me.
Yeah, that or push some of your engine changes back to Godot.
Yeah,
open source.
Yes, I mean that too. Like both, but you want, like, that's important. Don't get me wrong, but you like I emphasize money because people need to eat,
right?
And so, like, if you don't have the money to push, obviously try to push changes, make the product better. But if you have the money to push, like, the main contributors, people that are like on the product full time, are quintessential to having an open source product survive. You have to, especially like Godot, you have to have it because you have to have direction. You've got to have all that stuff, and they have to be able to eat.
Yes. So I do want to talk about these developers. Handmancers is a roguelike card game, and what was this? Omelette You Cook is another such a game too. They're both roguelikes. Handmasters is a rock paper scissors game, and Omelette You Cook is a cooking roguelike. Oh, that's funny. Speaking of rock paper scissors, there was an arcade rock paper scissors game from like the 90s that went viral again from Japan.
Huh.
Have you guys seen it?
Uh-uh.
I'll link it to you guys, but Japanese rock paper scissors arcade game. It's
I
like
played so much. Yeah.
Yeah, no. You go ahead.
I've done so, like, played rock paper scissors in real life so much now. It's one of those things where I'm like, ugh, a game on this, but this does look really fun. Where it's like it's an evolved kind of version, obviously.
Dude. The people are just rediscovering this game. But anyways, aside from the rock paper scissors game, oh shit, I still have to link it to you guys.
Handmancers actually looks really fun. I might actually throw it into my stuff. I enjoy.
Is there a Next Fest demo for it? You should check. You should see if there's a demo for it.
Yeah, give me a second. Sorry, I'm trying to.
Yeah, I mean, I do respect their decision because I mean, let's be honest, it is gonna get buried under Slay the Spire too. I mean, there's no question about it. Yeah, this is that Japanese game that got like really. So you can face off against 4 opponents. You can face off against a cat, a geisha, a fisherman, or a high schooler.
Oh, interesting.
And it's like some weird variation where on top of winning rock paper scissors, you have to predict what direction they're gonna look in. Which I don't fully understand that rule set. Look, you can fight against the cat. Typical Japanese opponents.
I feel like I've played this game.
Have you?
I don't know. At least seen it. I swear. Probably a ROM, to be honest.
Yeah, it's an arcade game. It's never seen a console release. Honestly, though, they should re-release on PC. But that's besides the point. Let's go back to Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire. They just announced multiplayer for Slay the Spire, which is interesting. Because it looks like you could probably just play all the characters yourself, to be honest. Because you guys have like a shared hand.
Yeah, there's a Headmancer's demo, by the way. Ooh. And it's for all the operating systems, essentially. So that's extra awesome.
Well, does it just put all the operating systems if it like works on Proton? Oh wait, it has a Mac port. That's right.
It has a Mac. That's why I'm saying. Like, so it probably works on Proton and Linux, so SteamOS, and then yeah.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, though, I mean, they made a good decision. It was a tough choice to have to delay the game, or in one case, bring the release date forward ahead of Slay the Spire. But you know, it is what it is. Now, Metacritic could have did a power move and release a demo for Slay the Spire 2 during the next fest. I think that would have topped the charts like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
They're so close to releasing, but yeah. Wow. It's actually, it's coming out like a week. That's crazy.
It's exciting. I'm excited to see the public reception to it, and if coverage is going to include the fact that they're on Godot now, because I don't know. We should never let people forget how shit that move that Unity made a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to play very similarly, but the presentation's just gotten a lot better. Like their actual like attack animations for your characters now, instead of just like them sliding slightly forward to attack. You know, like bumping into enemies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
it looks very similar.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
And Yeah, everything works as expected. Look, they're just like slashing with their like daggers and swords now, instead of just like doing whatever.
Oh, that's new. Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently it's supposed to be even more moddable than the original, which is good
Hmm.
because Slay the Spire 1 has a workshop support for mods. I don't
Hmm.
know exactly what this would entail, but we shall see once the early access is out.
Now I'm kind of curious how like modding with Godot works.
Yeah, I'm curious too, because like at least with Godot 3, which is what I was using with Doodlings, like I could not figure out how to do any kind of mod support, anything. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Might be worth asking Megacrit how they managed to implement that.
Yeah.
It could be. Like I could imagine a couple of ways to do it, but it's pretty extensive.
Yeah, I mean, what I really wanted to be able to do was to have all of the game's assets live in essentially a WAD file, right? Which would, and then have Godot load from the WAD file so that people could buy a copy of the game and then load that WAD file into like the open source version that I released, or even have like the demo available and export just the demo WAD into the open source client and have it support it that way. But I couldn't figure out how to do that at all.
I mean, maybe things have improved on that front. I don't know. We shall. Maybe it might be worth revisiting Godot. I mean, what was the last time you released an update for Doodlings again?
It was like 3 months after release. So it's been quite a while.
Godot 3 and Godot 4 like is
vastly
very
different.
like 4.7. I think it's 4.7. I don't think they're on 5. It's 4.7. Yeah. Has some major AAA title or AAA like stuff. So like Godot is becoming a serious. I could see in the next year or two like it being able to just completely compete with Epic games. So
yeah.
Really?
I saw
or Unreal Engine, that is.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Sega has a couple games in development with Godot. I think I read that Capcom had one as well. So it's kind of crazy. Like Godot.
Huh.
Yeah. Godot's
That's
awesome.
interesting.
Yeah. I'm screwing around with it a little bit more and more, and I'm liking it. I haven't fully convinced myself to go completely over for one of my projects, but I'm having fun with it. Yeah. So
Godot sounds
there's Slay the Spire, man. I'm excited for it next week, right? So
yeah, we will be playing
in
it.
5
At
days.
least I will be.
Oh, I will be too. And I think it's multi-platform too, I'm pretty sure, right? So
well, I don't know if it's early access, so I don't know if the other platforms are coming out just yet.
Nope. They have
I think so. I have with this type of game, especially with Godot, I have
thought you meant like
reason.
Oh, I thought you meant like consoles and stuff.
No, I mean, I want to
like
play
phones.
it while I'm working. Meaning, like, when I'm working and I have stuff running, and I need to wait, which happens sometimes. Like I need to wait 20, 30 minutes. I can pan over and play this game.
Well, as we know, Slay the Spire was a huge hit on the phone, on your mobile phone. It's one of the few games I feel like is actually better played on a phone.
That's true too.
You do lose mod support if you go with like the official Android version. I don't know if there's any way to mod the game that way. But that's what it.
Yeah, so this is early access, so it won't be available on
phones.
Most likely on phones yet. Because I think I played it on like, where did I beat it? I've played it on my iPad. I've played it on my Mac. I've played it on Windows. I've played it on Steam Deck, but I don't know which one I beat it on.
There's a weird subset of like indie games that play better on like mobile devices than they do on like a computer, like FTL. You guys remember FTL, right?
Yeah.
That they have an iPad version of it, and I think I like it on the iPad a little more than I do on my desktop. Truth be told.
Really?
Yeah, because like it's like the interface is intuitive enough to like make sense on a touchscreen.
Oh yeah, no, this is one of those games where you like. I'm assuming, just like this game, there's a lot of I don't know, dragging a card out, touching like poking at things. It's a little nicer than having to use a controller. Mouse isn't too bad, but a controller is kind of annoying. It's not really that bad. I mean, it's all fun. I played it in all three controller styles, and I liked it. But we talked about this a little bit already, and we've mentioned demos and all that. But it's time to talk a little bit more about Next Fest, if you want to, High Tech.
Yes. So the Next Fest is a celebration of upcoming games featuring games from all sorts of developers. And traditionally, it's been mostly in press. You want to press charts. I don't think you're logged into Steam on this.
I'm not.
browser.
I don't want to log into Steam on. This is a different profile. Yeah.
Do charts.
I thought I did charts. There we go.
Yes. So you can sort by some of the most popular demos. Now, obviously, I think the best way to do it is to just go in balls deep. Sorry, am I allowed to say that on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes.
You just did.
But anyways, I think the best way to go about it is to just dive in deep and just pick games based on criteria, or pick games on it based on if they look cool. Ooh,
Yeah.
Marathon's up there. That's weird. Marathon didn't come out when the Next Fest started. It only came out like yesterday, and it's already like the most played demo, like one of the most played demos, which is crazy.
This is such a weird artwork right here. I don't get this.
That's very reminiscent of the original Marathon packaging.
Is it?
Yeah. Or like some of the back of the box. Like it very much speaks. It says Marathon to me.
I really like the style. I really like the styling and like the presentation of the game itself. Because if you look at the menus are very like uniquely styled. It's almost like a mix of like teenage engineering mixed with like old operating system aesthetics, so to speak. Like, you get what I'm saying, right, Gardner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the actual like world and like weapon designs kind of look like they came straight out of teenage engineering. If you guys aren't familiar with teenage engineering, they make a lot of different products. They look it up. Look up teenage engineering right now, James. You'll get what I mean.
I know what you mean. So teenage
engineering. So if you look at some of the products they've designed, yes, you see. They also helped co-design the Rabbit R1, if you guys remember that device.
Yeah. So this is what they fed into the AI to get the design of Marathon.
Well,
it's a nice aesthetic design.
It's interesting. Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, no.
I haven't actually I haven't tried any of their products, though, truth be told.
Yeah.
Unless you count Marathon as a teenage engineering product.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean, some of the like that type of design is kind of old world meets new world tech design. Yeah.
But I've played Marathon, the demo. It's pretty sick. Like,
actually, it looks really fun. I've heard only bad things about it almost, and so seeing it like this, it looks fun.
So here's one cool thing. The AI. So like, you've played Arc Raiders, right, James?
Yes.
So you know how like most of the arcs are kind of just pushovers.
Yes.
Not in this game. The UESC like little troops. They just drop in squads, and if you're not careful, they'll like murk you instantly. And the scary thing is sometimes they'll mimic players. They'll say like looking for a group or something or some shit like that in like your proxy chat, and it kind of sounds like a player almost. And so, man, that was scary, man. It sounded like a guy that was in like I was partied with too, to be honest. I don't know if that's actually a mechanic or not, but man, that would be so freaky, but so awesome if that were like a thing.
Yeah, no, I have honestly, I have stayed away from watching stuff on Marathon. This actually looks really fun. I hate to say it.
At the very least, if you're on the fence about it, I would suggest at least trying it. I will mention that it doesn't work on Linux for obvious reasons.
It's Bungie.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate.
I'll say, as someone who like actually played Marathon on my neighbor's Mac when I was a kid, the key art looks authentic, like true to form. I will say that the gameplay doesn't really ring Marathon to me.
That makes
No,
sense.
But
I
otherwise,
get what you're saying.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it honestly kind of looks like something I would try, but it probably isn't a game I would like. I don't really like online games.
I understand.
They're just so time consuming, and I have so much other shit to get done. But it does look really fun. It looks actually fun. I love first person.
Now, if a game studio wanted to like make an online game that I would enjoy, specifically for me, it would if you recreated Mercs versus Spies from Splinter Cell, like that's my jam. Mercs versus Spies, dude.
You know what you need to do, Ubisoft.
Yeah, anyone but Ubisoft, I'll try it.
Okay. All right, so there are other demos besides Marathon. We should go back to the next fest. I want to see the top demos.
I'm enjoying this.
I am too, but
no, I'm just messing. Okay.
Yeah, so
these are the trending upcoming top demos. I'm kind of curious. So yeah, the top demo is like Marathon's Server Slam. Okay. Is there going to be is it just an extraction shooter, or is there going to be like a single player portion of it?
Right now, I mean, of what I've played, it's just an extraction shooter.
Okay.
I can't promise anything because I'm not Bungie.
It's just, it says Marathon Server Slam, so it just makes me think like,
this is just them trying to slam the servers by making it free. It's going to be $40.
Oh, okay. Having it in the title though makes me feel like it's part of the title. Okay. Berglund Gnomes demo. Okay, that's in the top demos.
The hell is this?
Oh, it's one of these. It's one of these where it's I hate the term, but it's probably a friend slop. I hate that term because I'm like, if you're having fun with your friends, it's not slop. But
I mean, it's okay to enjoy slop every now and then. I sometimes enjoy slop too.
Yeah, I want to attribute slop to just being like something that's like pumped out that isn't very good at all, and usually people aren't going to like it. It might be very, I don't know. It's a weird new term that it gets attached to stuff that I'm like, this stuff's been around for decades. Like we've had bad like mods and stuff.
I mean, well, sometimes pigs enjoy slop, and sometimes we're the pigs.
I guess I just don't know why we need a new term now for it, but yeah, I'm just saying it's been around forever. It's considered. I'm not gonna go. Windrose. I've heard some good stuff about Windrose. It's a pirate crafting game, from my understanding. So you can craft stuff. You can build, I think, your ships and stuff on land. It looks fun. It looks very promising. Actually, looks much better as a pirate game than I do like a good crafting game, by the way. Like, so this definitely is interesting. But this is the first pirate game that's got me interested since Black Flag. All the other ones just never looked that interesting. I don't know why. But
not even Sea of Pirates?
No. Not even the like quadruple A games and all that stuff. No.
So far west.
Yeah. Far west demo. This one, it's another one where I watched a lot of the trailers, but I only played like 4 or 5 games from the Steam Fest, the ones that I thought were the most interesting. But this is definitely one that looks unique, to be fair, like a steampunk Far West kind of thing, or a Wild West kind of concept. Obviously, it's doing well. I mean, it's in the top. People are liking it. They have a good trailer. It definitely feels indie-esque. I'm assuming it's an indie game.
It probably is.
Yeah. Vampire Survivors is like, I'm assuming this is from the same people that made Vampire Survivors. Vampire Crawlers is just
Crawlers.
Well, yeah, it's from the same people that did from Vampire Survivors. Yeah. Interesting. It's card based, right? Yeah. And so
I mean, I enjoyed Vampire Survivors for a little bit, but I'm just kind of for it,
I kind of got over it too. So having it be themed just like Vampire, I just wish they would have done something completely different, like just not have it be themed and look so similar to their last game, for me at least.
Wanderberg Gardner's game's up there too.
Yeah, that's the game
I
I did for your video. And speaking of Vampire Survivors, this game is quite similar, but it's in a different like setting with 3D graphics rather than 2D sprites.
right.
And it also, I don't know if you guys ever played Besiege. I think it was
I've
called
watched
Besiege.
stuff on it. Like I've watched
Yeah.
I
people
have.
play
I've
it,
played
but I
it a
haven't
little
played
bit.
it.
Yeah, you create your own siege engine in it, and it's pretty cool. This
Yeah.
is very like vaguely similar in terms of like the art style and
Is
the
it made by the same
gameplay.
people? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't
This
remember
this
who
is
did
definitely a game.
Besiege.
I looked through, but I didn't look through the popular. I looked through what was like recommended to me and some of the genres I usually go for. But I, yeah, yeah.
It's not made by the same guys,
No.
but it's made
Oh,
by guys that also make a different type of game altogether, a Briss or whatever. I don't think I've played that.
that looks kind of fun too, actually.
Yeah, that does look kind of fun.
No, this looks awesome. This is. I'm not like I play the one dwarf. What is it? Freaking called the dwarf one that's like a Vampire Survivor clone a little bit, or like in the
Dwarf,
genre. It's not a clone.
Dwarf. Oh wait, no wait. Deep Rock Galactic.
Yes, I played their version of it, and I like it a lot. So I get tired of Vampire Survivor, and that I just feel like they really played it safe by just. It feels like Vampire. In fact, they might have played it too safe because when I looked at this, I'm like Vampire Crawler. Maybe it's maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. I would have brushed right through it. It looks there's so many clones. There's so much stuff that's around this kind of image that for me personally, I just brushed right through it. I just like this is probably nothing.
I mean, that's like one of the issues I've had. The other issue I've had, which is a growing problem, AI in the next fest.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge problem, especially if you sort by most played, you're not going to see a lot of the AI stuff. But if you like go through for you or by genre or by theme, you're guaranteed to see at least one or two AI like bullcrap. And honestly, I'm over it. Truth be told,
Yeah, Wonderberg does look like it's a little AI. Yeah, you're right. I'm just messing. I'm sorry. I'm just screwing with you.
I was like, what are you talking about?
It looks really fun. I actually really want to try it out.
Y'all got me too, James.
Dude, yeah.
I noticed that there's a lot of animes too, like anime stuff too. At least when I was looking through it. But
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of anime stuff. The unfortunate thing is that AI is very well trained on anime, so there's a I hate to say it, but there's going to be an increasing correlation between just anime art and AI. Some people are just going to see legitimate AI anime games, and they're going to think it's AI because, like,
there's a lot.
It's unfortunate.
Which genre do you think has the most AI slop in it?
I want to say visual novel.
I was going to say visual novels too. Yeah.
Okay, so the top two don't look like AI. Ah, shit, this is hard.
This one looks like it could be AI, but at the same time, I don't think.
We can't say for certainty unless we like see some like real some real garbage. Feeding my ducks looks kind of weird.
It does look a little weird.
Idlemon looks a little strange.
It looks like it's just like
Jesus Christ. Oh, go down to Idle Clicker.
What?
Scroll down that entire genre. Yeah, that's got to be AI. That keyboard game, it looks like it's got to be AI. I mean, I don't feel comfortable saying it's AI without like being.
I don't know.
About it, but
yeah, I think it's getting harder to recognize if something's. I think if it's just if it's rushed out, not very good, it has a few weird bugs to it. I think you can attribute it to AI, but like there's a lot of people, man, that just love to tramp on anything that's like, yeah, this is AI. I don't like it. And it's like, okay. So I definitely want to be careful with it.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. Look at that trailer. Holy crap. They like didn't even zoom in on the game. They just like recorded their
This
entire window
is
session.
probably also a mobile game. They're just trying to put it onto Steam too. So this is this must.
Dude, there's a Word document in the trailer.
What's with the Word? So yeah, no, it also happened up here too. What's with the Word documents? There's a Word document. If you watch this, there's a Word document that pops up. What is up with that?
I think they're trying to show that you can do other things while you're playing it.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
You know what's funny is I used to play SimCity 4 that way. Like I would be working on other things and I'd have SimCity running in a window, like SimCity 4 running in a window on another screen, and I would just tend to it when I needed to and go back to writing or whatever I was doing. So
hold on, James, I have an idea. Go back to visual novels real quick.
Visual novels? I thought I was still in visual novels.
No, it like when you like.
Oops. God damn.
Ooh. All right, so if you go to visual novels, there should be some arrows to the left or right. Let's see. Let's see the real. Yeah, hold on. Why are there real people here? That's not a visual novel. Hold on. Wait a minute. That's a video, man. That's not a visual novel. That's just a video. That's like one of those FMV
they're telling
games
a
from, like,
story.
the 90s. All right, fair enough.
Know.
It is.
They
visual.
look AI to me. This one is I don't know why this one's here. I think this one's very it's one of those
that looks kind of weird.
Yeah. It's a near porn one, so
yeah, but you're not
this is James' account, so we're getting
this is
algorithm here.
We know it's not because I'm not logged in, but
if
you called out high tech last time, so I figured out.
I know. No, it's fair to call me out. But I mean, yeah.
Wait, what is this? My fave chill streamer dies 1,000,000 times? What the hell is that?
Oh my god.
We gotta see what that's all about. I think it's a little weirder than AI.
It's
I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
What's that next one though? It looks like like one of those CD jewel cases. The hell's going on here?
I don't know if it's like edgy, because that's like Flappy Birds. I don't know if it's edgy or if they're trying to.
That's gotta be.
Or if it's AI.
It feels like it's AI. I don't know how to describe it. If
I feel like I think we're playing a losing game here, guys. If we're really having a hard time just finding AI, it could be also we just need to look at the bottom of the
bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Let's do RPG.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say like the fact is trying to pick out like all the AI that's on Steam is also missing the point, because AI is also kind of affecting Steam directly now, right?
This
in terms of like the price increase in Asia.
I can see this one being AI. I can see this one being AI for sure.
Yeah. Oh no.
Maybe this one also kind of feels like it's AI. I'm going to say that about like half the RPG stuff. I don't know.
God, man, what the hell? What happened to our hobby?
I don't know. At the end of the day, me personally, I don't care so much as long as it's good. The problem is typically not a lot goes into it. So it's a lot of slop. I think there's a lot of slop being, I mean, this has been the problem for years now, is that there's so many games on here that are popping in that people are excited that are building. Because I'm a part of the like indie gaming and some other indie groups on Reddit where I see they're so excited to promote their stuff, but there's thousands of them, and it's really hard to
poker RPG. Oh, we gotta look at that. Is that AI generated?
Where was that?
Let's go scroll down. The one that says Eternal Dreams.
Oh, I didn't see
that's
the
gotta be.
Probably. I mean, it's got anime characters. I think it's a flip if it has anime characters. If it's AI generated, it probably is. But once again, I don't want to offend anyone.
Is it a Balasho game?
I don't know. It looks weird. A lot of these are not my style of game for sure.
Project Microchip.
It looks like a friend slop game.
This one?
Yeah.
damn it, I hate that term so much. But yeah, it definitely looks like one of those like cheap co-op multiplayer ones, but they're fun. Like I hate the term friend slot, because the ones that that get attributed to a lot are actually pretty fun games that I would say like they have good mechanics. They're just not AAA. Like, it's indie. And I'm afraid that like we're using the slop for just indie titles more and more.
Yeah, I mean, I think friend slop is a great term to use if the game isn't fun, but playing it with your friends is. But like, I
don't know if that's fair, because like most of those friend slop ones are not meant to be played by yourself. They're meant to be played with other people.
Yeah, but like I mean, I don't want to piss people off, but like a game that would be friend slop in my book would be Fortnite. Like, it is not fun to play unless you are playing with friends. Like, at least for me. So I would attribute that to Fortnite, but I don't know.
Then I think the term is this. I hate the term then. Flat out. Friend slop is, I hate it, because it's just like, oh, you're having fun? Okay, cool. We're going to put slop, which has a negative connotation to it.
Well, but I mean, like, I don't know. I guess it can be misapplied, and I think it is a lot of the time. But like, the competitive aspect of games, like online, just isn't fun to me. So what is fun is having voice chat and spending time with your friends. And so I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, we can attribute, like, I'll AI slop. Okay. AI can, like, I don't think you should attribute to every AI thing to AI slop, but I agree. Like, there's a lot of crap it pumps out. Yeah. Friend slop, though, is not like, sorry, I'm getting so hung up on this. It's just every time I've seen it applied to a game where I'm like, so what? We can't effing play anything with people? Like, this is an indie game that's designed to be played with someone. Is it simple? Yeah, but it's fun. Like,
no,
it's the whole point of having a game.
No, games are meant to be played by yourself in your own in the comfort of your own basement, in the dark, in the middle of the night, by yourself. And you're not supposed to have fun with it. You're supposed to experience it.
I'm glad we understand each other, High Tech.
But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I think it came about a little bit because there's a lot of games that came out pretty quickly that were very co-op based and kind of based off of successful stuff. I get that. Like, if it's
like Lethal Company was an original idea, but then everyone started ripping off Lethal Company. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Lethal Company is one of those ones that they contribute to. That is friend slop. It's not, though. They just don't. People like, and I wonder if it's older people or they can't fathom the idea of having something that's like not a AAA title that people enjoy playing together. That's what it feels like.
You know what isn't friend slop? I think we can all agree on this. The Steam Deck.
It's friend slop. I can play with my friends all the time.
Not if they can't buy it.
Well, that's on them. It's
should have bought a Steam Deck first.
Yeah, exactly. It's rich people friend slop.
Yeah.
The big problem though is that the Steam Deck OLED is going up in price, primarily in Asia. Over here, it's just kind of ebbing in and out of availability at this point. And honestly,
is it available?
Scared.
Has it been?
It is not available right now.
I've seen screenshots of people in the US saying that they were able to purchase it, so they claim. But it like seems to ebb in and out of availability, which is what I think Valve was saying, of course.
Yeah, and at the moment, the 512 is still $549, and the 1 terabyte is still $649.
But I want to read. I want to read the article. How much more is it going up in price? Because I kind of just hastily added this to the doc. Oh, it's increasing by about 15,000 yen. JPY to USD. It's about $100. Oh no!
So yeah, converting to UK and US currency, that's roughly an increase from 400 to 554 to 475, 4 to 637.
It's like 90 something dollars, but that's almost $100.
I know it. I don't know in the past 2 years, but I don't know. I have someone I worked with, a buddy, that in Japan says it was kind of hard to get the Steam Deck there for him. So maybe because
period.
Yeah, it just says it's easier to get it in the States because it's just, or to order it from Steam and have it shipped somewhere here, so and then he could pick it up because it just was out of, like, he just couldn't find it in stock where he was looking, I guess. And so maybe they're up in the prices partially because of demand. But
man, that is unfortunate too. Let's see, how much is the price going up for the 1 terabyte? Oh, it's going up almost 100 again. Dang.
yeah, it's probably going to be a pretty flat increase. Could be a bunch of different things. Could be also this is probably a prelude to what's going to happen here. I would be shocked if the price goes up for the Steam Deck here too, and that's going to be not because of greed. Most likely, it's going to be because the cost to make it's going up by quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people seem to be under the misconception that the Steam Deck is being sold at a loss, mostly because of Gabe
thinking that from
it was they've been thinking about it since day one, since Gabe Newell said it was a quote painful. It was painful for them to hit a price point, but they never necessarily said it was being sold at a loss. He said in that same interview that they don't have to sell like 10 games to make up the cost of a Steam Deck.
The only thing is that they hit razor margins, because if it was a failure and like tons of devices were defective, then they're going to be in a loss. So it was a dangerous margin for this type of thing. You want to usually have a higher margin, especially for a risk of high failure rate.
Yeah, but I don't blame them either, because I remember they weren't anticipating the amount of people buying Steam Decks like back in the day. It was basically an unproven device in an unproven market by a company that's historically had failures with hardware outside of VR, right?
Right.
Yeah, so there was a lot of uncertainty as to whether or not the Steam Deck could make an impact, and of course, as we know now, it has made an impact, and I'm sure that's why Valve wasn't quite ready to go in at a loss. I believe that, there is a lot of hype surrounding the Steam machine, so I think Valve knows, just how important getting PC gaming is to the living room is, and I think Valve I feel like Valve should have the confidence to be able to sell the Steam machines at a loss. Subsidize it, sell it for $500.
Yeah.
Eat a little bit.
It's a business, though. Business people don't like doing that, even if they're private. They can do it. I think as if they want to truly push their vision and really sell units and solidify themselves as like the best in some ways, is you subsidize a little bit, get people kind of hooked on it, and then you can become a mainstream. That's what consoles do essentially, is they try to make it up, of course, with accessories and games, but their main they made it affordable to the common person. So
it's not even just that though too. It's just the manufacturing of consoles gets cheaper over time, and eventually they don't have to increase the prices ever to make a profit. Eventually the consoles intrinsically start being more profitable by way of reducing the cost of like manufacturing. Unless it's a PlayStation 6, then they had to do a lot of things to make not unless it's a PS3. I meant they had to do a lot of things to make that affordable.
Yeah, I mean, I think Valve doesn't even have to like subsidize the cost of the hardware directly. They could like incentivize a purchase by giving you $100 in credit or something, right? That would be a lot less of a cost for them. I mean, well, they would have to pay developers.
They have to pay the developers, but they 30% of that is to them. So
right.
Think of it more like they're given $70.
Right.
I mean, Valve has a lot of options at hand to like take the strain off of like paying $1,000 for a Steam machine, whether it be subsidizing directly or indirectly, or bundling the controller. The controller is probably a cool I want to say $70 or $80 for the controller.
Yeah.
I
It
think
would be crazy if they sold a Steam machine without a controller. I think that would be bananas. Am I wrong about that? I don't know.
I've heard they're gonna release a bundle, but that was before AI fucked everything over, so I don't know for
Yeah.
certain.
Yeah, I'd love a bundle. I think that's a smart thing to do, but at this rate, I don't know what they're thinking.
Mm.
I
Because
don't know what.
they're not saying anything. They at least need to come out and at least talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, this is typical Valve behavior, though. They don't really talk about anything.
Yeah, I mean,
wish
if it was a
Valve were more
game,
like
yeah,
Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
Remember?
yeah. I mean,
remember
if it's
viewers.
a
Sorry.
game, it's not as big a deal because it's a game. But like, it's not like they're releasing 2 or 3 games. Like this is like 3 different hardware pieces they're releasing around the same time, and a lot of unanswered questions about these.
Remember, dear
things.
viewers, AI companies are holding Half-Life 3 hostage.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist until it's in my hands. I'll still say they're gonna announce it at everything that we like stream. You know, every event we watch and all that. I'll say they're gonna announce it there, but in my mind, it's not out until it's out.
Oh
Fair
no!
enough.
Is James giving up on Half-Life 3?
No, this has been
It's
my
like
mentality
watching-
for a decade.
It's like watching an angel lose its wings.
This
Yeah.
angel had no wings to begin with.
You know what's a big challenge for Valve in getting out the Steam machine?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know what I'm doing, James. I'm setting you right up here. This is
AMD and Meta strike a $100 billion AI deal that includes 10% stock deal. 6 gigawatt agreement includes up to 160 million AMD shares. That's crazy. What a weird, like, man, AMD is going to get involved and we're not going to have anything. That's a big deal, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
I wonder how many over how many years though, because like usually you see these deals, but it's like usually scattered across multiple years, so could soften it. But man,
Yeah. I'm disappointed in you, Dr. Sue.
Well, AMD is also as complicit as Nvidia for the whole like Nvidia dominance. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, the $100 billion infinite money glitch is, I mean,
I wish.
Substitute Nvidia for AMD and Microsoft for Meta, and it's the same thing. Or I'm sorry, Microsoft OpenAI for Meta.
Is gaming truly over? Is Intel our only savior now for gaming? PC gaming? Anyways.
I would not rely on Intel in any way. They're another reason why we're kind of here. Because they're so complacent. They built something decent and they just built off of for a decade.
Maybe this is my inner old man speaking, but we don't need new games. We have more than enough good old games.
Good old games.
Yeah, that's usually my mentality. Like, if people don't like the new games coming out, because I like the new games coming out, I like a lot of the stuff. I don't like some of the practices that's going on. I think it's going to be self-destructive and a lot of stuff I like. But at the end of the day, like, you don't have to give up hope. You still have the games that came out that you love that you can keep playing. The only bad thing with all this, with especially the hardware, is that if your hardware fails, which it will, like all hardware will fail eventually. And if you live in 30, 40, 50, 60 years more, like there's no way like my Steam Deck's going to, if I'm playing my Steam Deck every day, it's going to last 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully someone will have reverse engineered these older CPUs and GPUs like 60 years down the line.
Yeah,
60 years down the line. That's a lot of time.
It is a lot of time.
For like FPGAs got to emulate 5090.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's reasonable within 60 years, but if, say, for example, they don't sell new x86 components to consumers anymore, and consumers have to rely on emulating these older, we're talking like we're in the future, like a then older 5080 or a then older Ryzen 9900X. Then,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good way to get. I mean, you see people doing that right now with like older retro PCs, like 90s PCs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I would imagine once this generation becomes retro, then I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of that.
Yeah, if they can get the silicon and everything, I'm a little like I'm not usually too doom and gloom. I think things are going to recover and all that, but like there is that like if it gets bad enough and it moves all the way over, and you might be able to get some like mom and pop shops that pop up, and then eventually like the tech will be old enough to where people don't care, like these companies don't care. But we'll see.
And then,
We'll see. I think there's a good chance, but
I mean, there's also been a lot of advancements in regards to translation layers too. I mean,
true.
5 or 6 years ago, I don't think we would have imagined running legit AAA games on a phone or an Android device of any kind, right?
Yeah, no.
And now it's gotten more and more common. Like, you still can't really play like Cyberpunk on an Ein Thor, but you can play all sorts of other like PC games. It's not perfect yet, but I mean, what's another 5 years going to do? Oh, it's only going to go up.
It's getting there, and Valve's behind a lot of the ARM push right now too. So that's pretty interesting to see.
So I think even as our Steam Decks and hardware die, our games will never truly die thanks to translation layers in emulators. That's another thing too, emulators. I don't think we're at a point where we need an x86 emulator to play all of our games, but like some hypothetical feature where everything goes ARM, I think that's going to be very important. That's why emulator devs are a national treasure.
Yes.
And they're being attacked.
But you know what? We're going to need emulation pretty soon when Sony ends PC ports.
Oh no, not the PC ports.
I think that this was inevitable, honestly. For anyone who's listening to the show, Jason Schreier thinks that Sony's going to pull the plug on their PlayStation ports for PC. And the reason I think it was inevitable is because I think Microsoft's push for like PC versions of console exclusives was specifically to put Sony out of the console business, out of the games business. I just don't think it was sustainable for Sony to do.
I think they just have a different mentality, especially Japanese companies. So it might be coming straight from there of exclusivity, having things kind of not be so open, I guess, because they've made huge amounts of profits. Like if you look at the profits that they've made from games that they've released a while ago on PC, like it's billions, like 5 or 6 billion. So from like a market standpoint, it's smart. From like, it's nice that more and more games I don't have to have a PlayStation for, but I think they want to have control over their brand. And if they give up that PlayStation identity, then they just become a publisher, and they want to be more than just a publisher. They want to be unlike Microsoft, which is kind of going the publisher route. They're kind of dissolving and becoming more of a publisher. And maybe part of it is too that they want to own the PC market, but the PC market is hopefully going to move more and more to SteamOS, but we'll see. I don't know. I feel like this is a bad take. I have a PlayStation. I'll probably have a PlayStation 6. Like I like my PlayStation, but I also really like some of these games I really much prefer to play on PC as opposed to a PlayStation.
So here's my opinion on that. Well, first and foremost, Jason Schreier seems to only believe that this is going to be, single player PC games, like games like the upcoming Horizon like live service game that's still coming to PC. You got Marvel Tokon that's still coming to PC. It's a fighting game. If they ever make a Helldivers 3, I'd bet you that's going to come to PC day one as well. But when it comes to these single player games, I mean, Yeah, a lot of people seem to believe that Sony wants, but like really, money talks. Money talks. They'll follow the money. If it's more
Yeah.
fruitful to put all of your games on consoles and only on consoles, then so be it. But if it's more fruitful to release a PC port, then they'll do that instead. So, I mean, we don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, think about it from Sony's perspective. They want to sell PlayStations. They want to sell PlayStation Network subscriptions. They want to sell. What was the other thing? They want to be able to control the actual market value of the games, which you can't do on Steam because you have all of the other games that you're competing with, and you need to do the Steam sales, and you need to do X, Y, and Z. Nintendo's able to keep the price of 10-year-old Switch games at $60 fucking dollars 10 years later, man. And they want to be able to do that. I think this was an inevitability.
That type of control loses them money over time, though. I think,
Does it?
And I think unrealized gains, because if you have it in more markets, even if it's cheaper, you are going to if you the Nintendo market is not that big. If they put it on Steam, this Nintendo is big. Don't get me wrong, but if you put it on Steam, you're going to exponentially get a lot more money from people that were never going to buy it.
well,
So, but with Microsoft pulling out of the Xbox hardware thing for the most part, apparently, Sony sees an opportunity there, I would imagine, as well.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing too, though. Nintendo runs their company fundamentally very different. They're more of a toy company, if anything, and they can afford to keep the prices of games at $60 because their real money is in merchandising.
They can kind of afford it. They've almost failed multiple times in their lifetime. Really close to failing completely.
The Wii U.
Almost completely destroyed their company.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they're not as safe as people think they are, but I mean, if they want to go the exclusivity route, that's fine. If you want to go that route, that's fine. It's just, it is not the most profitable route. And at the end of the day, it is also weird that how much Nintendo fanboys love that it's exclusive. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Speaking of Sony, though, have you guys seen the screenshot that they posted of the new live action God of War series that they're coming out with? It's based on the Norse mythology one, by the way. It doesn't look right. It looks kind of weird. It doesn't look. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just don't like God of War live action.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Gardner?
I have not.
You should put it for our video watchers. James, I'm so sorry. I keep making you pull up random stuff that wasn't prepared ahead of time.
Of War.
It's a TV show. Yeah, live action. It's an official screenshot posted by Sony of the series.
That's not it.
Interesting.
Is that it?
That's it.
What?
This is it. I'm pretty all right, so this is Kratos. Kratos looks like whatever. It's the little kid here. I'm pretty sure Atreus looks a little older in the first PS4 God of War game. He looks like this kid looks like he's 6 or 7 tops, whereas Atreus should be 12 tops.
This kid's probably around 8 or 9, but yeah. I could be wrong by that, but yeah, I agree. He should be 12. He should be definitely a little taller. Interesting. I mean, those are nitpicks. How good's the acting? How good's about? It doesn't give me hope. I don't know if I want to watch this, but
I'll watch.
I still need to
one episode just out of curiosity, but
yeah.
Did you say this was based on the Greek mythology? Because this
is based on the Norse one. I said
the
Norse one. Yeah,
the Norse.
Based off the newer games.
Yeah.
Not based on the original Greek.
Right. I was very confused because I thought I heard you say Greek, and I was like, this doesn't look like the Greek one.
Wait, hold on. Yoko Taro is making a new Evangelion anime? Hold on.
Okay,
that's way more interesting. Hold on. We'll talk about
maybe,
that
but we could talk about it another time.
Yeah, what the hell?
I love how it's right there.
It's right. It's
distracting you.
It's like it was destiny. or fate or something.
It was fate.
It was there for. It was fate that brought us together.
Okay, so what's going to bring us together is our hate for this type of stuff. Unless I didn't miss anything. Metacritic drops VideoGamer's AI slop review of Resident Evil Requiem. So a little bit of context to this too is I was reading, like, they got onto Reddit and were so there was originally supposed to be a writer and editor to write this. Like they were supposed to have the game, they're supposed to review it, and then they dropped them right before they were able to get it, and then they just kind of essentially let them go. Like they're just because they're pivoting to AI completely editors. It sounds like, or at least greatly to that. So yeah, the person was like, someone lost a job because of this, is I guess what I'm trying to frame it.
It's kind of an insane notion to let AI quote unquote review a game too.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that should be the safest one. Like I mean, we did talk about a couple of AIs that can play games for you, so.
Yeah, but AIs can't learn.
Not yet. We haven't gotten to the point where AGI, the cool type of AI, where it's like
technically, they can learn a little bit. I mean, that's it's just not the same as you and me. But with machine learning and with pattern recognition, like, oh yeah, this is a fun mechanic. I could see it being able to come out with like a review, but it's not going to be a very useful review, I think, for readers.
Yeah.
It's not.
I mean, basically what this says to me is that, like, they either just were like, here's the features of this game, give me a review, or they copied and pasted someone else's review into a chatbot.
I think the second one is much more likely.
Yeah.
I think it's a mixture of all, but yes.
Yeah.
They should, honestly, though, if AI were to like actually be a thing, I would imagine it'd be more like, you guys ever watch Chappie?
I have not seen.
Like,
I know
it's like the South African like movie.
By the guy who did Elysium and District 9.
Yeah, it's about a guy that raises like a. He basically has to raise a newborn, essentially, kind of.
Yeah. And
Hugh Jackman's in it too.
Neil Blomkamp is his name, and he also did the Peter Jackson Microsoft Halo like short films for Halo 3. Do you remember that?
I do remember those. Those
dude,
were.
You want to talk about the golden age of video games? Oh my god. Anyway, sorry.
Man, we are going off the rails today, but I gotta say. So, at some point, this AI review was on Metacritic until they dropped it. Because VideoGamer used to be a real website with real people in it.
Yeah.
Not anymore, though. Unlike a certain website that's run by one of our co-hosts, Mr. GardnerBryant.com.
What?
No, I was saying you have real people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't allow any AI anything. If someone reached out to me and was like, hey, I wrote this article and I want to post on your site. And his email read like AI and the actual article he wrote. That? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, nah, I didn't even bother. It read super awful to me. So I was like, no. Yeah.
But yes, it's kind of a weird situation reviewing games with AI. Sounds like I don't know.
News, I can get a little bit of news. There's a couple of things where I can like, okay, I understand how you could get it, like you could do it. This is one of those things where a review is meant to be like personal in the sense of, okay, like this is how this gamer is. They're really passionate, let's say, about Resident Evil games. This is their like you get a little bit of a persona of who they are. Hopefully, that's the whole. Like, if you don't have those types of things, if you don't have like something of behind who the reviewer is, which I think some sites get wrong anyways, the review is pointless. Like, if you give me an IGN review, but I don't know any of the personal aspects, or even like if you read through and you're like, okay, this is very cut and dry, like, why do I care about your review? Like, because games can be so personal at times. It's like books, like, too, anything in the industry. some people love stuff and some other people hate stuff. Like I love horror. I know you guys aren't as big into horror, so getting a review from you guys would be interesting. I'd actually like to see something like that. But the context helps a lot. Like if you rate it like 6 out of 10, okay, well they're not the biggest Resident Evil fan anyways. But getting that concept of like what you did like would be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically the sentiment that Video Game Donkey has, right? Like, it makes sense to follow a creator who, you know, an individual voice who has an opinion and likes and dislikes, and you learn where your interests in games or films or movie or TV shows or whatever intersects with theirs, and then you can use their informed opinion to decide if you want to play the game or watch the movie or see the film. But like you were saying, if it's an IGN review from a nameless IGN employee, I just don't understand like what the value of that is. I just don't get it.
Well, they're not. They're not nameless. They often do have names attached.
They're not nameless, but like because there's such a huge roster, it might as well, like, you know, you could get 2 IGN employees to review the same game and they'd come back with different results, and you would barely be any wiser about it.
I mean, in the past, it's kind of veiling it in like professionalism. You have a little bit of like, okay, these guys really want to be a critic and really be professional about this, and they'll give a review. Sometimes it's maybe paid. We don't need to go into that. But they also have their profiles. And there are some people on IGN where I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I think there's been one person that I've like, okay, this is an interesting review. And I've seen some of their other stuff. But beyond that, like, at least there's that. You don't have that with an AI, though.
And
not
also,
yet, at least.
And also makes like reviews from, you know, people that you wouldn't really trust, you wouldn't really expect. Like, let's say, for example, me. You guys know I'm not really big on cozy games, and so I would imagine most people wouldn't trust my opinions on what makes a good or a bad cozy game, right? But it could also be interesting if I decide, oh wow, interesting cozy game, maybe I do want to review it, and then I make a review on that. Kind of like how Gardner, you don't typically like online multiplayer games, right?
Right.
It's kind of an unusual situation when you find one that you actually do jive with. So it makes it, in my opinion, even worth even more paying attention to even more, because it's kind of an outlier in like the things you dislike, right? And
exactly.
James, I don't really know what you dislike, so it's hard for me to make an example for you.
No, it's okay. I like everything. I don't like country. But, you know, that's music.
Hey, if you don't like country music and you somehow jive with one, it could be.
Yeah,
there is one. It's the They Hunger song that was made like 25, 30 years ago about the mod. It's super niche thing. No, but you're not wrong. Like, there's I like a lot of different. Like the thing is, I like stories. I like a lot of different genres, but I'm very picky within those genres. If it's like an RPG, it's usually going to be like the popular ones, the ones that are like really good, because I just don't have time to play a lot of different RPGs. I'm sure some of them are good, but I tend to gravitate towards the ones that are like, oh, these are must play. Personas, Expeditions, even I haven't gotten to the new Final Fantasy VII remakes, but like that type of stuff. But when it comes to like horror, I'm more willing to venture out into indie stuff and stuff that's really might be even considered slop at times, but I have fun with those at times. And that kind of comes back from my like the modding days of Half-Life. And so, yeah, for like what I do and don't like, it's just, there's just so much crap. Or not crap, but there's so much out there that I have to pick and choose. And so, yeah, that's why I have my genres as like FPS or action or horror, and some of these other ones like strategy even I like. But I have to draw the line somewhere. And so it's more and more becoming fine. Like online. Yeah.
I mean, we all have to choose our lanes, because truth be told, there are more and more games coming out. There's almost as many games as are stars in the sky. Yeah, not quite, but yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah.
But speaking of stars in the sky, Palentir.
Yes.
Or rather, the lack of thereof.
Oh, this is still more of that, yeah.
So, for those who don't know, we talked about this in a bonus episode, but for those who don't know, Discord was implementing a system where, like, starting next month, which is like tomorrow, actually, tomorrow being the release. Ah, shit. We gotta talk in the present tense. Yeah, this episode typically releases on. It'll be the 1st of March by the time you watch this. Let's just say.
Yeah.
So basically, they would have implemented this by then. This age verification system where you're a teenager by default unless you give Discord your face or your ID. And it recently came out that they were tied to Persona, who has ties to Palantir, who has ties to Peter Thiel. And on top of scanning, you would essentially, if you were to give, and like obviously the more sane solution would be to give them your face instead of your ID, your government ID. But then Palantir would scan your face among all sorts of known databases too, which is very scary.
Yeah. And given the fact that, like, other Trump orbiters, sorry to go political, but like they've used like all kinds of biometric data on in TikTok to like determine your immigration status and all this stuff. Dude, like, you can't trust any of this.
I mean, this affects everyone. I think it's fair when politics affects everyone, or affects at least tech and gaming. I think that's why we jump in and we talk about it a little bit more, because it's. I don't think, like, it's nice to sit down and play games, and I love to sit down and just like zone out the world. But like, this is one of those times where they want more and more surveillance, and Palantir is one that like loves working with. In
it's
this
more
sense,
about
especially
their own
more
private power. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But if ever there was like an appropriate thing to call friend slop, it would be Discord. Am I right?
I still hate the term friend slop. I don't think there's almost any way you can use it. And you could say it as like, I don't know, a new term. Palantir slop, because everything they touch is just slop. But
supposedly Discord has cut ties with Palantir. I mean, Persona and Palantir, and they're still gonna implement this later in the second half of the year. So, dear viewers, we do have a Discord server. You're still free to join it if you want, but never let Discord forget. Because there were a lot of like Discord Nitro cancellations, all of that good stuff, and a lot of people threatening to move to like Matrix or TeamSpeak. I think is another option.
That's what we did for the Bryant review. We have a Discord still, but we're encouraging everyone to move over to Matrix.
Do you have like a Discord Matrix bridge installed in your server?
No, I vehemently hate bridging. I think it's the worst thing.
Oh, how come? Yeah. I'm curious.
Dude, it's just so convoluted, and I just don't. There's something about it that makes me deeply upset. Like, what we need is, we don't need bridging. What we need is like something like Trillion. Do you remember back in the day with AOL Instant Messenger?
I remember like an app that does all of your instant messaging like apps.
Yes. Yeah, like Pigeon on Linux would do that, or Trillion would do that. So you would log into AOL Instant Messenger, you'd log into MSN, ICQ, even IRC, right? And then you had one app and one single buddy list that had all of your contacts on all of the platforms. That's what we need. I don't want to do bridging. I think it's silly, but that's just
bridging. Bridging is very common, especially like if you are in the business world. Like bridging and changing, like there's a lot of good points to bridging there, in this sense of like, it's a soft way for users to move on over, and especially if you give them incentives, sometimes it's the best way. But I at the same time, would it change anything in this instance though? I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I don't think so either. I just don't like bridging. Sorry.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I definitely think it's very fair on the Discord side, because I just don't think it would do much.
The flip side of it too with bridging, sorry to harp on this too, but is like when it's like if you're posting content on a bad platform, that is encouraging people to continue using that bad platform. And I don't
Like
know.
Twitter.
Like Twitter, yeah.
It's so hard though, because like on the flip side, sometimes you kind of have to go where the audience is. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, the network effect is a powerful like thing, and it cuts both ways. It's like you have to go where the audience is, but the audience has to stay where the audience is, and or where the creators are. And so if you're part of that, if you're creating things on a platform that's like completely unethical, are you part of the problem? That's the question I ask, and I don't have a solution. Sorry.
yes and no. I mean, we've seen like Discord was not like, there was other things before Discord, and Discord did a lot of things really well, and that's why it's become the de facto. What you have to do, you can't just create a clone. You have to make something that is better, and I have not seen that yet.
No.
In a lot of ways. That's just Matrix, it sucks.
Yeah, Matrix has issues. I love Element. I think Element's great, but like Element isn't anywhere near the same thing as Discord.
Well, I think
yeah.
I mean, they could get there. I think it's just a matter of there not being too much interest right now. But I think once Discord fully implements this, which, by the way, they said they're still going to do it. They haven't stopped. I think once Discord fully implements their master plan of screwing us all over with all these crazy things, I think there's going to be more interest. And with more interest comes more quality of life changes to cater to some of these, new users. Hopefully they don't. Yeah. Hopefully Matrix and whatnot doesn't shit the bed, but only time will tell.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, we talked about this in the bonus show, but like at a certain point, who's going to be allowed to be the one platform you're allowed to use because of the OS age verification stuff?
Discord.
Yeah, right, exactly.
With that being said, guys, if you want to, we were just going around in circles, so no big deal. If you want more, if you feel like we're cutting it off too soon, you can go become a Patreon member. It's just $5, and you can get a bunch of back content and get pretty much a full hour this week. So, with that being said, any last remarks, guys, or should we head out?
Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Take care.
Yes. Thanks. Peace out, guys. Later.